5 years ago, I was drowning in credit card debt, juggling bills and wondering if I'd ever have enough to give my kids a better future, or even retire without fear. Sound familiar? Then one day, I made a simple decision. I started investing just $200 a month into SCHD, a dividend ETF that promised steady growth. I wasn't rich. I wasn't a financial genius. But what happened over the next 5 years changed everything I thought I knew about money, freedom, and what's possible for people like you and me. Stick with me, because I'm going to show you exactly what I did, what I learned, and how you can start building wealth no matter where you're starting from. This isn't just my story. It's the roadmap to your financial comeback. Let's start with the truth. I was you. Maybe you're a parent, staring at a stack of bills, wondering how you'll pay for your kids' soccer cleats and the mortgage. Or maybe you're just starting out, trying to invest but terrified of losing it all. Or perhaps you're looking at retirement, wondering if you'll ever have enough to stop working. 5 years ago, I was all three of those people rolled into one. I had $12,000 in credit card debt, a job that barely covered the basics, and a sinking feeling that I was failing my family. I remember sitting at my kitchen table, my kids asleep upstairs, staring at a bank statement that screamed, "You're stuck." That ass when I heard a quote that hit me like a lightning bolt. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is now. That's an old Chinese proverb, and it made me realize something profound. I couldn't change the past, but I could change my future, one small intentional step at a time. That's when I decided to invest $200 a month into SCHD, a dividend-focused ETF that's like planting a financial tree that grows while you sleep. I didn't have a finance degree. I didn't have extra cash lying around. But I had $200, scraped together from cutting out takeout and canceling subscriptions I didn't need. That $200 became my lifeline. That first step felt like climbing a mountain. I remember staring at my budgeting app, heart racing, wondering if I was making a mistake. What if I needed that $200 for an emergency? What if I picked the wrong investment? It was like standing at the base of a towering peak, unsure if I had the strength to climb. But here is what I learned. The hardest part of any journey is taking that first step. I started by learning about SCHD online, reading articles, watching videos, asking questions in forums. I set up an automatic transfer of $200 to a brokerage account, so I wouldn't second-guess myself every month. It wasn't perfect, but it was progress. If you're feeling overwhelmed, start small. Read one article. Save 10. That first step isn't just about money. It asks about believing you're capable of change. So why SCHD? Let's break it down like we're sitting at that kitchen table together. SCHD, or the Schwab US Dividend Equity ETF, invests in companies that pay consistent dividends. Think of it like a garden that grows apples every season, whether you're there to pick them or not. These are companies like Coca-Cola, Home Depot, and Verizon, businesses that have been around forever and aren't going anywhere. Every month I put $200 into SCHD, and those dividends started trickling in, like water into a bucket. At first it was small, maybe $5 or $10 a quarter. But here's the magic. Those dividends got reinvested, buying more shares, which grew my bucket even faster. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill, getting bigger with every turn. Over 5 years, I invested $12,000 total, $200 a month, no more, no less. And because SCHD's companies are stable and its expense ratio is a tiny 0.06%, my money wasn't eaten up by fees. By year 5, my investment was worth over $15,000, and I was earning about $600 a year in dividends, money that showed up without me lifting a finger. That's not a yacht or a private jet, but for someone who started with debt and doubt, it felt like a miracle. Imagine this, that $600 could cover a car payment, a family vacation, or even a boost to your retirement savings. It's not just money, it's freedom. Those first dividends were like a spark of hope in a dark room. I'll never forget checking my account and seeing that first 10 dividend payment. It wasn't much, but it was proof that my money was working for me. It's like planting a tiny seed and seeing the first sprout poke through the soil. That small win kept me going. I started tracking my dividends in a notebook, celebrating each one like a milestone. For parents, That first dividend could mean a night out without guilt. For young investors, it's a sign you're building something real. For retirees, it's a promise of income you can rely on. Want to feel that spark? Open your brokerage app and check your balance regularly. It's not about obsessing over numbers. It's about celebrating progress. Those small wins add up, and before you know it, you're not just surviving, you're thriving. But let us be real. Investing isn't just numbers on a screen. It is an emotional journey. In those 5 years, I had moments of doubt. The market dipped in year 2, and I panicked, thinking I'd lose everything. I almost sold my shares, but then I remembered something my dad used to say. Money grows like a garden, slowly, steadily, and only if you don't keep pulling up the roots to check on it. That's what SCHD taught me. Patience. It's not about getting rich quick. It's about building something real, something that lasts. For parents in debt, this is a way to chip away at that burden without feeling deprived. For young investors, it's a low-risk way to start building wealth while you're still figuring life out. And for those nearing retirement, it's a steady stream of income you can count on when the paychecks stop. Think of SCHD like a loyal friend who shows up with a paycheck every quarter, no matter what life throws at you. I'll never forget the first time I used my dividend payment to buy my daughter a new pair of shoes without swiping a credit card. That moment wasn't just about money. It was about dignity, about knowing I was building something for her future. What about market crashes? That's the question I get most, and I get it. Losing money is terrifying. When the market dropped in year 2, I felt like I was on a ship in a storm, clinging to the railing. But SCHD is like a sturdy ship built to weather rough seas. Its companies, think Procter & Gamble or PepsiCo, have survived recessions, wars, and crises. They're not trendy startups. They're giants that keep paying dividends even when the market wobbles. During the 2020 crash, SCHD's value dipped, but its dividends kept coming, and within a year, my portfolio was back stronger than ever. The lesson? Don't sell when the storm hits. Keep investing, even if it's just $50. Volatility is part of the journey, but SCHD's stability is your anchor. Trust the process, and you'll come out stronger. Let's dive into the numbers, because this is where the story gets exciting. Over 5 years, my $12,000 investment grew to about $15,200, a 26% return, not counting the dividends I reinvested. That's an average annual return of about 5.2%, which beats most savings accounts and keeps up with inflation. But here's the kicker. Those dividends? They're not just pocket change. By year 5, my $600 in annual dividends was like getting a 5% return on my original $12,000, and it's growing every year. Let's put this in perspective. If you're a parent in debt, imagine investing $200 a month while paying off your credit cards. In 5 years, you could have a nest egg that's generating enough dividends to cover a bill or two. If you're young and just starting, $200 a month in SCHD could grow to over $100,000 in 20 years, assuming a conservative 5% annual return. And if you're nearing retirement, those dividends could be the difference between scraping by and living with peace of mind. Here's a practical example. Let's say you're 40 and you start investing $200 a month in SCHD. SCHD isn't just a stock ticker. It's a puzzle piece that fits into your life, no matter where you are. If you're a parent in debt, use SCHD's dividends to pay down high-interest credit cards faster, freeing up cash for your family. Imagine redirecting just $50 of those dividends to your debt. That is $600 a year chipping away at what ACA's holding you back. If you're a young investor, SCHD can be the foundation for a side hustle fund. Those dividends could buy equipment for a passion project or cover a course to learn new skills. For retirees, SCHD's steady payouts can supplement Social Security, letting you enjoy small luxuries like a weekend getaway without dipping into savings. Think of SCHD as a tool that adapts to your dreams, whether it's stability, growth, or peace of mind. It's not one size fits all. It's your size fits all. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds great, but I don't have $200 a month. Or maybe you're scared of the market crashing, or you're worried you're too late to start. I get it. I felt all those things. But here's the truth. You don't need to be perfect to start. You just need to start. If $200 feels impossible, start with $50 or even $20. SCHD lets you buy fractional shares so every dollar counts. And if you're worried about market crashes, remember that SCHD's companies are built to weather storms. They're not flashy tech startups. They're the backbone of the economy. My biggest obstacle wasn't money. It was fear. Fear of failing, fear of losing, fear of not being smart enough for investing. But here's what I learned. Investing isn't about being a genius. It's about being consistent. Think of it like raising a kid. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to show up every day with love and intention. SCHD is forgiving. It rewards you for showing up month after month, even when life feels chaotic. This journey taught me something bigger than dollars and cents. Wealth isn't just about money. It's about hope. It's about knowing that your kids won't have to carry your financial burdens. It is about believing that you can start investing at 25 and have options by 35. It is about retiring with the confidence that you won to outlive your savings. But it's also about something even bigger, legacy. Investing in SCHD isn't just about you. It's about the future you're building for those you love. Think of it like crafting a family heirloom, something you pass down that grows stronger with time. My $15,000 isn't just a number. It is a promise to my kids that they'll have options I never did. It's a safety net for my retirement, a gift to my future self. As Benjamin Franklin said, an investment in knowledge pays the best interest. Investing in SCHD is investing in the knowledge that you're building something lasting. Whether you're paying off debt, dreaming big, or planning for retirement, every dollar you invest is a brick in the foundation of your legacy. SCHD isn't a magic wand. It's a tool, a steady, reliable tool that grows with you. And the best part? You don't need to do it alone. There are apps, brokers, and communities out there to help you start. You can set up automatic investments so you never have to think about it. You can learn as you go, just like I did. As Warren Buffett once said, someone asked sitting in the shade today because someone planted a tree a long time ago. Your $200 a month is that tree, and your future self is the one who gets to sit in the shade. So here's my challenge to you. Take one step today. Not tomorrow, not next paycheck. Today. Open a brokerage account, even if it's just to deposit $20. Look up SCHD, read about its companies, and imagine what your life could look like in 5 years if you start now. You're not just investing in an ETF. You're investing in your family, your dreams, your freedom. If I could go from debt to dividends, from fear to hope, so can you.